Class 12th subject physics 12th chapter electromagnetic induction. From the chapter let us see generators. So the generator construction is similar to that of the construction of the electric motor, but in this case the armature is found to be rotating or turning by any external agency like external torque. Now this figure represents the schematic diagram of the generator. It will be having the armature which will be rotated or turned with the help of this applied torque. Then there will be two conducting wires here which will form a conducting loop between the two pole pieces of the magnet. Then here there will be commutator terminals to which this electric bulb is connected. When current is set up in these wires so that this bulb will glow, now EMF will be induced at the two terminals of this commutator only when this armature is rotated between the two pole pieces of the magnet, and therefore as the conducting wires rotating between the two poles of this magnet cut the magnetic lines of force, at that time the induced EMF E is equal to BLV will be produced across the terminals of this commutator. The induced EMF is found to be perpendicular to the speed of rotation omega of the armature. When this armature is rotated, at that time it will be having angular speed omega, and therefore induced EMF will be perpendicular to the speed of rotation omega of this armature. So in this case, as EMF is induced in the conductor, hence current will be set up in the conductor. When this current is supplied to this bulb, it will glow. And therefore now let us consider some of the cases or positions. In all there are 4 cases given here. First position, second position, third position and fourth case. So in position 1, this arrow will show the direction of motion of the conductor, and so the conductor is moving in the first position upwards across the magnetic lines of force, inducing maximum EMF. So when this conductor is moving in the upward direction, at that time it will cut the magnetic lines of forces and hence EMF will be induced in the conductor. While in second position, the conductor is moving, it will move parallel to the direction of magnetic field, and hence there will be no induced EMF in the second case. That is, this arrow represents that the conductor is moving parallel to the direction of magnetic field, and therefore E will be equal to 0. In the third position, this arrow is directed in the downward direction. That means in this third position the conductor is moving in the downward direction. At that time again it will cut the magnetic lines of forces, and hence it will give rise to again maximum induced EMF, but this EMF induced in the third case will be in the opposite direction to that of the first case. Now if we plot the graph between the current flowing, this is the I, current flowing in the lamp as the function of time, that is current against time. If this graph is plotted, then the nature of the graph will be sinusoidally varying with time. So sine curve we will get. So this indicates that at position A, EMF or current will be maximum at positive side. At point B it will become 0. At point C it will be again maximum in the opposite direction. So A will represent first position, B will represent second position and C will represent third position. So the nature of the graph of current against time will be sinusoidally varying with time. Now for simplicity, if you consider a coil which is rotating with constant angular velocity omega. So from this diagram, if this is considered as a coil, this is the rectangular coil. Like this, if any coil is taken and if it is rotating with constant angular velocity omega, the angle between the magnetic field B and the area factor A, that is factor A of the coil at any instant of time, will be given as theta equal to omega t. So theta is the angle between the magnetic field and the area factor A of the coil. As the effective area of the coil is changing due to the rotation of armature in the magnetic field B. So when this coil is now rotated, at that time effective area of the coil, that is the area of the coil which is related, which is within the magnetic field B, will continuously change, and therefore the magnetic flux phi B at any instant of time will be given as the magnetic flux phi B will be given as the effective area of the coil within the magnetic field is continuously changing. That means there will be change in magnetic flux linked with that coil, and hence magnetic flux phi B will be given as phi B equal to BA cos theta. By definition, magnetic flux equal to product of magnetic field and area. Here we have considered the component A cos theta of the area vector A. That will be written as BA cos omega t, because theta is equal to omega t. Then by Faraday's law, the induced EMF E generated in a rotating coil of n number of turns will be given as E equal to minus n d phi B by dt. Putting value of phi B, we can write minus n d by dt of BA cos omega t. Now differentiation of this cos will be minus sign. Omega is constant, and therefore differentiation will be minus BA omega cos sin omega t, and therefore E will be written as minus n into derivative of that term, that is minus BA omega sin omega t. So it will be written as minus minus will become plus NAB omega sin omega t. Now the value of this term will be maximum when sin omega t is maximum, and we know that sin of any angle will be maximum when sin omega t is equal to plus or minus 1. That is, the sin value of any angle is maximum, and that is equal to plus or minus 1, and therefore putting this, we can write E is equal to plus minus NAB omega, because this sin omega t is plus or minus 1, and therefore it will be taken as plus minus E0. So this term will represent E0, that is the peak value of EMF, that is maximum value of EMF, and therefore we can write E equal to E0 sin omega t. E is equal to E0 sin omega t, but this omega will be written as 2 pi f, and therefore E will be equal to E0 sin 2 pi ft, where f is the frequency. It will be the frequency of revolution of that coil. Now, since the value of sin omega t varies between plus 1 and minus 1, the polarity of the EMF changes with time. The EMF has its extreme values at theta is equal to 90 degree and theta is equal to 270 degree. That is, plus 1 will be at 90 degree, minus 1 will be at 270 degree, as the change in flux is greatest at these positions. So at theta equal to 90 degree and 270 degree, the magnetic flux will change largely at these 2 points. Now as the direction of induced current changes periodically, it is called as alternating current. So there is periodic variation in the value of current, and therefore it is called as alternating current or simply AC. Now the frequency of AC is equal to number of time per second. Number of time per second the current changes from positive to negative and back again. So in how many second, in how many time this value of positive and negative current changes continuously, that will represent the frequency of AC. And therefore the frequency of AC, that is alternating current, is equal to number of time per second the current changes from positive to negative and back again. Then the domestic electric current, that is our household current, varies at a frequency of 50 cycle per second, so that its frequency is 50 cycle per second, or it is also called as 50 Hertz. Now for the purpose of charging a storage battery, if you consider any storage battery, then for the purpose of charging a storage battery, it is necessary to generate a steady or direct current, that is DC. Then the reversing action of the commutator can be used to generate the pulsating DC. Then the commutator acts like a rapid switch, a fast switch, which reverses the connections of armature at just right time to match with the reversal in the current. Then modern AC motors are more compact and rugged than the DC motors. That is, the modern AC motors are very useful as compared with the DC motors.